Today we're out here on opening walleye weekend to test out the new Garmin Force Pro trolling motor.
Please hook.
My name is Graydon McNally and welcome to the Graydon Outdoors. The unboxing of my birthday, Christmas present. Birthday, Christmas. Can I open it? It's a very exciting day. We are unboxing the Force Pro trolling motor from Garmin.
Well, first off, this is a huge upgrade from the Minn Kota I had before. I got it for maybe $200 7 years ago. It was just a base model. It goes forward, it turns side to side. I'm very excited about this upgrade. We spent the last couple hours rewiring my boat. The original trolling motor I had ran on a 12-volt system. So we've upgraded the battery to a 24-volt, 100 amp hour. It just fit in the compartment. We needed to be really intentional about how we rewired and where we placed things. And I don't have the biggest boat in the world, but it works perfect for the lakes I fish. This is just such a great upgrade for what we're going to be using it for. We do a lot of walleye fishing, and years ago I dreamed about having a trolling motor that could work with the Chartplotters, and you could plot your path ahead of time and then just click go and it would drive the boat for you. When this came out, its capability to wirelessly connect with the Chartplotters I have is a dream come true. I currently have the EchoMap UHD2 95SV with a GT56 transducer. Then I also have an EchoMap Ultra 2 12-inch plotter, and that I didn't get with the transducer because I had live scope set up to that one. All right, let's get this thing installed. This is exciting. It's a little damaged. You're going. You're on it. So this is the foot pedal, the power cord, the instructions. That is it. Ooh. Just kidding. Right off the bat, it's made of pretty durable plastic. It feels pretty sturdy. There isn't too much wiggle in the knobs. I probably wouldn't try and intentionally drop this, but I think if I did, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I've never used a foot pedal like this. I've only had one that goes side to side, so this is going to be a bit of a learning curve. I'm excited for it. I have no idea what this is. Shaft of some sort? Oh, I don't know what this is. The motor stabilizer. Oh, I know how this works, I think. I know exactly what this is. I understand what this is, though. Okay, put that over here. So this is the template for the mount, where you drill your holes. Ooh, for the pull cord, that's the strap to hold it down. That I imagine is for the remote. Cable ties, end of the cable. Oh, the remote is here. Oh, very cool. It's much smaller than I thought it was going to be. I think those are AA. Apparently that floats.
Smells better.
Nice. This is the propeller. Nice. All the bits and bobs. And this is the weedless propeller. So this is essentially the same thing. It's sharp. Oh, Caution, heavy end. There's gonna be a ton of weight in the front of the boat now. Let's see, yeah, this way. All right, I'm not. This is a brand new product from Garmin, and it obviously has a price tag to represent that. The unit cost before taxes was $6,000 Canadian. Here in Ontario, where I am, taxes alone were $780. If you order this directly through Garmin, they deliver for free, but if you're ordering through a third-party provider, that isn't always the case. So the total cost of the Garmin Force Pro and the whole process was $6,780 Canadian. We ordered through a supplier here in my hometown, and it took 2 weeks to arrive, and then we went to the store and picked it up. This cost is obviously before you factor in additional batteries, maybe new wiring for the boat if you don't have a 24 or 36 volt system installed already. So just keep that in mind. This is obviously, yeah, it's pricey. This is obviously a very pricey upgrade from my last unit. My motto is cry once, buy once, buy once, cry once, or cry once, buy once. Buy once, cry once, and you get the top of the line stuff for stuff you're passionate about, and you'll have a better time. Well, it's gonna be worth it. It's great. It's a great upgrade from what I had before, and I'm really excited to see how she works on the water.
I'm sure it'll get some more stuff.
I'm sure it will. All right, so a day later, we have the Garmin Force trolling motor mounted onto the boat. It's a beautiful setup now. We ran into every hitch imaginable, but that was on my end, just rewiring the boat. And we're gonna go take it out on the lake and give it a christening. One thing worth mentioning is my boat cover no longer does up the way that it should, so you might need to get a modified boat cover. Right now I just have the cover attached as far up as possible, and it seems to not be blowing away, but we're on the highway now going about $1.05, and I'll let you know once we get to the landing if there's any damage or stress on the cover. In terms of setup, it wasn't too hard. I would definitely say if you're not a handy person, it's probably a good idea to get it professionally mounted by your local shop or whatever. The only issues I ran into were changing from a 12 volt system to a 24 volt system, so it was all just wiring stuff on my end. In terms of the trolling motor, very straightforward. It connected to the foot pedal and the remote right away. I guess that was factory set. The whole thing was a fairly easy installation, which was pleasant. So I need gas in the truck. Got a gift for you. It's a dozen leeches. These could be some of the only fish we see today, but we're out to test out the trolling motor, so that's okay. We've got gas, a lot of gas. Expensive hobby, this. So initially, trolling motor hooked up to the Chartplotters fairly easily. Once you power it all on, you just go into the preferences settings and you just look for wireless devices. Select trolling motor on the Chartplotter, then you go back up to the actual trolling motor, you press the power button 3 times, and then it connected to the Chartplotter's very quickly. It was probably less than 30 seconds once I clicked the power button 3 times. You might not want to take this out to camp where there's no Wi-Fi before setting it all up. So just being in a spot that has good service might be a good idea.
I guess we could get to testing out some of the trolling motor. Right off the bat, we noticed that the stabilizer with the roads, we weren't on gravel roads or nothing, it just kind of back paved roads, but the stabilizer has already shifted up a little bit, so we'll tighten that down and see if that's a recurring thing. I've definitely gone on worse roads to get to lakes, and we haven't even deployed this thing. I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous. So I guess let's just put this in the water. So you can see it, ooh, surfing baby. And you can see it using the reverse, like I can see the propeller from here. When it uses reverse, the bar here goes from green to red. I have it in anchor lock right now, and it adjusts the power of the trolling motor depending on how strong the wind is. You can see we got a nice little bit of gust coming in here. It's really spot on. It really holds you in one spot. This is a very, very cool aspect that I have not had on a fishing boat before. No more anchors. So I'll show you how to put the overlay on another screen. So I'm gonna pick down view. This will be my number 1. We're gonna edit overlays. I'm gonna do it on the top bar, and we're going to do trolling motor. So you can see that's where the sonar is going to show up, and on the top bar here is going to be the trolling motor controls, and that's fine. So we'll exit out of that. Now you can see you got the battery power of the trolling motor, the prop, how fast it's going, anchor lock, and then your turning, and then your jog buttons as well. This also has access to the GLS 10 live scope. That will obviously be a different layering. So I'm going to set this. I'm just going to press and hold 1 because I want this to be the first thing that I see. Okay, just kidding. I'm going to set this as a shortcut 3. Okay, I love the fact that this is a tap screen, but when it gets cold, especially like today is cold, it's nice to be able to keep wearing your mitts and have actual tactile buttons to press. I really, really like that. One of the most amazing features on it, I think, is this ability to create tracks and have the trolling motor follow those tracks. So if you want to come in, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we'll go over here to navigation. Now what I've done, we started over here where we were catching some fish. We set our last point over here. You just work your way back to the boat and set points, and the trolling motor takes you to each of those points. Once it reaches that point, it goes on to the next until it reaches the end point. Once it reaches that end point, you can have different options on whether it starts the process over again or anchor locks at that position. But it's kind of like having a driver or a guide driving you over all your favorite locations. You just look at the graphs ahead of time, say, oh, I want to fish along these areas and start here, end here, and just press start and it takes you. It's so nice to not have to think about that while fishing. You always have 100 other things on your mind while you're fishing, and just to take that off the plate is just a dream.
Woke up late miss the morning glaze, but the sunlight hits in so many ways. Grab my shades and hit the streets, no plan, chasing vibes like seashells in the sand. Radio hums a tune I can't name, crooked smiles crashing waves, no shame.
I'd mentioned how I'd never used a foot pedal like this before. There is a bit of a learning curve to figuring it out, but it's not too bad. The most difficult part is actually figuring out what all the buttons do, but it helps a lot to see it on the chart plotter when you're clicking the buttons on the foot pedal, what's being activated and what's not being activated. The one thing I do find, it is quite raised. So if you have the ability to have it laid into the deck of your boat or whatever, that would probably be great. If you're like me and you don't have a bass boat or a laid-in system, I got a full Captain Morgan stance going on here just to use it. The remote is awesome for the walleye fishing, I find, because you're not chasing the fish so much. But tonight we're looking for some big spring pike. It's much easier to maneuver with the foot pedal and have your hands free for the fishing. Got some fish coming up on the screen now, so we'll get back to it. So we just want to show you one of the upgrades, which is the lighted arrow on top. You can see it in this dusk light. It just shows you which direction your motor's pointed, which is incredibly handy when you're fishing at this time of night or in the morning, just because the Force Pro and the Force is black. And so it kind of blends right in with the front of the boat and the water. But just having that little lighted arrow, it's not too bright, it's not too dark. It's just kind of perfect for pointing the direction that your trolling motor's pointed in. All right, let's catch some fish. We are currently in the rapids at Finlayson Lake. The water level is pretty high this year, and so the rapids are pretty strong, and I've just had it in anchor lock and we have not moved at all. It's astonishing. The trolling motor knows to go between forward and the reverse feature by itself, which just helps pin you to the location that you've set as your anchor lock, and it's almost mind-boggling. You put your head down and look up and you're still in the exact same spot, and it even orientates the boat pretty much in the same location as well. What a great feature. All right, so we've had a couple opportunities to try out the Garmin Force Pro trolling motor in the last few days, and what an amazing piece of equipment for fishermen looking to upgrade their systems. The way that it integrates with the Garmin chart plotters and the remote and the foot pedal all have unique functions and features to just really maximize anglers looking for that multi-species experience. I found with walleye fishing, the remote was super handy. And then for like pike fishing or bass fishing, the foot pedal was super responsive, even though it was wireless, almost no lag that could be detected. So an amazing tool, especially with the transducer on it as well. Being able to see the difference between a transducer at the back of the boat and the front of the boat now, just to get your high points and your low points, and even temperature difference. I have this transducer a little lower in the water than the one at the back, and you can use that to kind of scope out the distance at which the temperature drops based off of the depth. Just all around, if you're looking to bring your fishing experience to the next level, I can't say enough about this trolling motor. And if you made it this far, thank you guys for watching.
Nice.